event that wants to have a high-profile corporate event, charity function, wedding, whatever, you just show up and look at it, and you want to be part of it. It's like a fantasy land out there. So, but we're still Live Oaks Golf,
right?
Great greens and cold beer. So,
all right. So you said how many parties, weddings, corporate events do you and Catherine already have on the books?
We've got about 60. So we've got, we've been selling off of renderings and construction site.
Right.
And, but they still come look and they see the vision and they listen to what Catherine's selling and explaining it, how it can be just a wonderful event and they can all see it. And we've got pictures. And so between now and the next 14 months, we've got about 60 on the books. Obviously COVID, still has some questions in the air, but September 5th, we've got our first wedding. We'll be done with construction next week and then have a kind of a week of punch list and cleaning up a little things. And we're not going to be perfect to start with, but we're going to get real good quick.
Well, we did our Out of Bounds charity event out there last November, and people were blown away.
Yeah, and that was when we had the PGA tent.
Right.
So, and right after that event, we took that down and started with the final construction, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I was there 2 weeks ago, JB, where I smashed a cheeseburger and went back there and checked it out. It looked, y'all are moving right along. Goodness.
We've been lucky with the weather. So,
Right.
That's helped, but
Right.
we're excited. It's kind of all coming together with, college football kicking off and talking about the golf tournament. We've done that for 9 years. It's just kind of a March Madness.
You and I came up with it 9 years ago in the old clubhouse.
That's right. And so we've got a lot of sponsors. We've got a lot of folks around town that are tied in with college football and pro football, whether it's coming to your restaurant or whatever. We have a ton of gift certificates, and they're all $50 gift certificates. It's not, I'm not going to hand you a $10 gift certificate and say, go buy a $100 steak.
Right.
It's going to be something substantial. A lot of prizes. We got a lot of autographed memorabilia from Mississippi State and Ole Miss, trying to get some from Southern. A lot of giveaways, a lot of good food, cold beer, and loud music and fun. It's a Thursday afternoon at the golf course with cold beer.
That's September 2nd.
September 2nd.
All right, it's a two-man scramble.
Two-man scramble. Just call up, join. It doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are, whatever, because we're going to flight. Everybody will go play. We're going to pick 4 or 5 holes throughout the day, and everybody will be flighted off of those holes, how you play those holes. We'll pick a couple really tough ones, a couple really easy ones, and then we'll flight the teams, and your final score will count towards the win.
Right.
Yeah, we got a lot of prizes, but even if you don't want a thing in prize money, you go out there and don't play golf. Just eat, drink, and you're probably going to win a lot of door prizes and have a good time. So
that's the College Football Classic at Live Oaks Golf Club, September 2nd, and they can call 601-982-1231.
They can. And just 2 more things real quick, Bo.
Sure.
We're going to start Saturday mornings when Labor Day weekend. We're going to start doing a 8:30 shotgun start, where football season, everybody calls and says, oh, I want to play at 8. I want to play at 8:15. I want to play at 8:30.
Right.
And all of a sudden, by 30 minutes into the show, we're taking phone calls and they're saying, well, we can get you on 11. Oh, well, no, I'll have to miss too much football. So we're going to go ahead and shotgun start. So we're going to let 100 people sign up for 8 o'clock tee time if they want to.
Gotcha.
Put them all on the golf course, get them out there, let them go, wait in the fairway and make their bets, hit their shots, prime the pump a little bit, then come in and get some chicken wings or get some to-go orders or hang around and watch football. It's just, we're going to try to make it as convenient as possible.
That's a good
idea. For everybody to,
I know JB
to be able to do what they want to do on a Saturday.
Okay. So an 8 a.m.-ish shotgun start where you're going to have.
So you'll just call up and make a tee time as normal.
Right.
It's just we're going to have a lot of 8:30 tee times.
Yeah.
And we'll put them all on the golf course at the same time. Boom. They'll all play in 3.5 hours. Get off the course at 11 or 12. Pick up your food. Hit your site. Stay at our place. Whatever you want to do.
All right. You can get a Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary or an ice cold Coors Light.
And the only other thing, this would get Blake, is we encourage people. We want to be part of the fantasy football process. We've got Roosevelt's.
Yeah, what's up?
Everybody's got their group that wants to get together, have a few beers, talk trash.
Yeah.
Call us. We'll get you a table in the corner of Roosevelt's after hours, late afternoon, whatever, in the next couple of weeks, come in there. We get Betty and Snoop to cook for you, and we can y'all can get loud and rowdy and drink beer and have your draft. Everybody can do it on their phone now.
That's smart.
And everybody that plays in Blake's league likes that because they don't have to see him. They can just go on the phone.
That's right. That's right.
But if you like to get together with your buddies and talk a little trash, and then that way your wife doesn't have to run everybody out of the house.
Yeah, it's
you don't have to worry about your friends leaving.
It's a good point.
We'll make them leave.
Right.
That actually sounds like a
Kyle
great
Morris
idea.
on the Out of Bounds Show. It is a good idea.
But
Kyle Morris on the Out of Bounds Show with Live Oaks Golf Club and with the Reed House. And again, the tournament is September 2nd, 2-man scramble, tons of, cash prizes for the first, second, third, fourth place. And as Kyle said, great gift certificates and other prizes for just about everybody, and really, really quality stuff. And then you need to jump in now, 601-982-1231. Kyle also wants to open up the Roosevelt's for fantasy football drafts, which I think is a great job too. And as long as Buck is cooking on that super cool smoker, which we ordered a ton of food for Super Bowl last year, and it was phenomenal. Y'all got it going on. You're offering a lot of different things.
We're biting off a lot.
I know.
But I think we've done a good job. We're trying to do everything right.
Yeah.
And if it's not right, tell us. And if it is right, don't complain.
Yeah.
Just have fun and enjoy. That's it.
Blake, did you have something else? Because I want to get into Bobby Bowden with
please
Kyle,
do.
as somebody who played at Florida. All right,
Please
cool.
do.
All right, so we're going to switch gears here again. The College Football Classic at Live Oaks Golf Club, September 2nd, 2-man scramble. Cash for the first four, first, second, third, fourth place, and then all kinds of other prizes and so on. And as Kyle said, they're going to flight it. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a scratch golfer. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. Kyle Morris joining us. So you played at Florida. Bobby Bowden got it going at Florida State he got there in the late 70s, really got it going in the early to mid 80s. You played against Florida State in college. He passed away about a week and a half ago. What a legend.
One of the most amazing men I ever came across. Recruited very hard by Florida State. Mark Rick was a graduate assistant at Florida State when I was being recruited. I think, they tell you whatever they want to tell you, but I think I was Mark's only recruit. I talked to Mark 30 minutes every day on the phone when it was legal, I guess, but who knows what legal was back then. But, so I talked to him every day.
Love it.
And, but Coach Bowden, never met Bear Bryant, but you hear the stories, and I think there's only 2 or 3 men out there that have touched the coaching industry like they have, and so much more than football.
Right.
And the amazing story, I'll try to tell it real quick, is, I signed with Florida, and then back in 2010, me and JB were trying to figure out what year it was, but Bowden came and spoke at the First Baptist breakfast, FCA prayer breakfast. And I went to listen to him talk, and I got there, and he was sitting on stage with Larry Fedora, who was at Southern at the time. And I said, man, I don't want to interrupt people. I hate doing that. I'd been around Emmett, and see when you're in public, but I said, I got to do it. So I go walking up on stage, and it's before the thing. And as I go walking up to him, I'd make eye contact, and he's got a mouthful of food, and I'm wanting to talk, and he says, Clinton. I said, yes, sir. Clinton, right down the street. Kyle Morris. Yeah, Kyle, how you doing? And I said, well, Coach, it's really good. I'm sorry to bother you. I just had to, come say hey. He said, how's your mom and dad doing? And I said, well, Coach, my dad passed away back in 92. And he said, is Miss Jean okay? And
unbelievable.
And I'm like, she's good. She's good. Everything's good. We're working. And just a little small talk, but that was 20 years earlier.
Right.
Now, I don't know if he has a little book that tells him every player he recruited in the Jackson, Mississippi area when he's going there to talk.
That's still impressive.
But just the ability to have that connection and that it matters to him. And that's, it's hard to do these days. It's easier to do back then, but it's just, just a great man. And it was sad at the end because he, people made fun of him a little bit because he got old. He probably should have,
Sure.
Bowden, Paterno, there's a lot of them that probably should have stepped away
Hard to
sooner.
do.
But how do you do that?
Right.
I mean, who's going to tell you when to step away?
Right.
So
Well, Blake wants me to leave today so he can take over tomorrow.
Facts.
well, but certainly a great coach. I mean, unbelievably great coach.
Yeah. And they weren't, a lot of people don't realize Florida State was not a winner.
Oh no, they were a women's college
For
and-
years.
For years, and
Tallahassee was nothing.
no, and he came in there and made something out of nothing, and could have left several times.
Yes.
You know,
Because there's all that Alabama talk because he's from Birmingham and he always talked about his he started at Bama, ended up at Samford, but his first love was, as you know, the University of Alabama.
oh yeah, yeah. So who,
And there's a
knows
lot of what
been?
might have been if
Oh,
they
good
hadn't
gracious.
hired Bill Curry
Oh,
and they'd have hired Coach Bowden, Cal,
who knows?
which is right at the time you were going to Florida.
Yep, you might have skipped out on a lot of bad years of upset Alabama
I
fans.
mean, that's and Deion.
Deion was a senior. Deion showed up in a limousine with a top hat and the whole dang thing. He looked like the cat stepping out of the Planters can with his top hat and everything.
Yeah.
Teams on the bus and he's in the limo. They beat us 53-14, I think. That was his senior year, my freshman year in Tallahassee.
In Tallahassee.
Yeah, yeah, they were good.
Did you play?
Oh yeah,
Did
played
you,
for a while.
Did you
got
throw
knocked-
it to Deion?
I did not.
Okay.
My
Did you even throw to his? For our listeners, Kyle played
first
quarterback
play,
at Florida.
20-yard completion right in front of him.
Really?
No, it wasn't his guy. He was run off, and the tight end was underneath, but it was
Okay.
still right underneath his side of the field. But funny, we get down the very first drive of the game, we go right down the field. They're better than us. I mean, it's
Right.
not. I mean, we're young. I got no business on the field. I'm a freshman.
Right.
But we drive right down the field. We get down as 3rd and 1 at the 1, and we call Emmett off tackle, which is what we're going to call.
What year was Emmett at this point?
He's a sophomore.
Got
He
it.
did not redshirt, so
Okay.
he is a sophomore. Deion's on the right corner, wide side of the field, and we've got Ernie Mills is spread out, and Deion doesn't even cover him. Deion just comes sprinting straight down the line of scrimmage, comes running off the corner, hits Emmett, kind of prevents him. He gets to half-yard line. So now it's 4th down. We're going to run the same play.
Of course, in
And-
1980, whatever.
So
Emmett Wright.
I'm sitting there.
What coach?
And
did?
I look up, and you can watch the film, and I mean, here's Deion in full sprint, and then I've got Tony Lomack sitting out there. That if I just take the snap, and I just stand up, and I just shot put it, it's a touchdown. Now understand, I hadn't thrown a touchdown since week 2. This is week 11.
It'd been a rough, true freshman year.
It had been a rough, true freshman year.
But
There
like
was-
you said, you shouldn't be playing.
there were 9 picks and 3 touchdowns in that season, and a lot of injuries. But no, I'm a freshman. I'm giving the ball to Emmett.
Right. You're not going to audible.
Please score.
Right.
I
Did he?
wouldn't been audible. It had just been, but no, Deion could care less about that receiver. He knew I had no intention of pulling that ball, trying to throw it.
That's incredible.
And it's just funny to watch.
Did you
But
score? Did he score on the
Yes,
next
he
play?
scored. He scored on the next play.
Okay.
That was our highlight of the day. So
And it was 50-something,
50,
14.
yeah, 50, yeah. I've got the poster. The Stan Shiver. I got knocked out in the 2nd or 3rd quarter of that game. I mean, out cold.
Really?
Oh, out cold.
Who got you? Do you remember?
Stan Shiver and somebody else.
Okay.
Came on safety blitz about 18-yard line and out cold. Now they got me, and once they got my fingers were broken and I was knocked out, but once they got me wrapped up and I knew my name, I could go back.
Did you go back
Oh,
in?
absolutely. Absolutely. But I've
Because
got
that's what happened in 88?
88.
Okay.
But I had a poster. They made a Tallahassee Democrat Times, whatever. I think it's Tallahassee. The cover was lights out, 53-14. And it's a picture of me laying out and he's standing above me like that. And so not only did they do that, they made a poster out of it.
Good hell.
So then I'm at a function that summer somewhere, and one of the Florida State linemen, it was a friend of a friend, and a big Florida State lineman came up and he said, "Man, I need you over here for a minute." And I go over in the trunk of his car, and he's got these 2 posters. He said, "I need you to autograph these."
Oh, no.
But listen, I had to autograph one to Burt Reynolds and one to Lonnie Anderson, so they could each have one when they got divorced.
Famous Florida State alums.
That's
So they could have it when they
amazing.
were divorced.
You're right. They didn't want to have to try autograph too.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Do you have a copy of that poster?
I've got the in my room. I've got
That's
the
awesome.
newspaper.
That's incredible.
But it's a lot of fun times.
Kyle Morris on the Out of Bounds show played as a true freshman. Bobby Bowden had been there about 11 years by then, had built this thing into a monster, and Kyle gets to go to Tallahassee as a true freshman. And Mickey Andrews was their legendary defensive coordinator, Kyle.
And Mickey was there. You had John Easton on the offensive staff, and Brad Scott, and
Brad Scott, who eventually ended
Went
up
to
at
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina. And Kyle mentioned Rick took over in 94 as the OC at FSU and was unbelievable. In fact, that's when they kind of went down after Rick took the Georgia job in 2000.
Yeah.
Kyle, that's how good he was. And
but
he
he's good.
recruited you.
He's good, and similar guy though. And that, you get the guys that can help you become a man, and you get the guys that can coach you football and do them both really well. But you find very few that can do both. And Mark Richt was one of those guys. He catches a lot of heat, but Mark,
Oh, look, he was super successful.
and a great guy. And to, I know we rip on Kirby, and it's easy. He makes it easy. But, everybody's getting compared to Dabo and Saban right now. So who can win? It's they're
right.
great coaches,
Yes.
and they're great recruiters. It's just nobody's happy unless they're number one.
Is Dion, did you make it a point all week to not throw anywhere? I know you threw the underneath to the tight end, but how did that work?
No, we weren't good enough to, we tried to put a game plan in and just execute. And ours was in 88, it was Emmett and I was really not, the game had not slowed down at all.
Right.
The game had sped up. Now by 89, it's a different.
What happened the next year in Gainesville? Do you remember?
Well, that's the year we got suspended for gambling. So we lost by 7. Listen, I got a lot of good stuff. I mean,
I know.
I mean, if we don't get suspended, just get this. We've got the number one defense in the 89. We lose to Ole Miss 24-19 to open the season.
Billy Brewer.
And I get booed by 90,000, and it is, it is a defining moment in my life, I can tell you that. Come back. We've got the number one defense in the country. We win the next 4 or 5 games. Then we go on to lose to Auburn on the last play of the game.
Pat Dye was loaded.
We lose to Georgia by 7. We lose to Florida State by 7.
So it was,
And we completed like 4 passes in 3 games. We would not have, a lot of things can happen. We would not have lost another football game. We would have won the SEC, and Gary Darnell would have been the head coach at University of Florida, and Steve Spurrier probably would have been at Tennessee.
think about that.
I mean, how do you not go 10-1 when you're only only SEC championship? And it wasn't me. I mean, we had a great team. It's just whenever we messed up and got in trouble and got suspended, we had a true freshman quarterback that, just get the snap and give it to Emmett. Emmett's player of the year in the SEC with 0 passing game.
In
I
89.
mean, with 0. I mean, less than 20 yards a game passing.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, once I got suspended.
That's incredible.
Oh,
That is incredible.
I mean,
Kyle
it's
Morris on the
crazy.
Out of Bounds show.
it's crazy.
All right, we've got 2 minutes here. Kyle Morris, Live Oaks Golf Club, the Reed House, Roosevelt's. Reed House will be ready for weddings, corporate events, and reunions, and so on.
And if you got both with the uncertainty, we're there. We've got a facility ready to roll. If your insurance agency or law firm or whatever decides we want to have a Thursday night meet and greet Christmas party to let some of our clients come in, call us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Short notice, if it's not booked, I'm sure Catherine would love to work with you and where you can bring some clients in. Nobody could do it last year because of COVID. It's going to be difficult this year, but we do have a facility that is wide open. You can spread out.
Yeah,
you can see people.
It's great.
Come and go. So certainly if you have something come up in the Christmas party, or even if it's your Christmas party at the Roosevelt's clubhouse, there's a lot of things we can do. Just call us and talk to us about it, and we'll see if we can work with you on.
All right, Kyle Morris on the Out of Bounds Show. The number is 601-982-1231. We got the College Football Classic Golf Tournament at Live Oaks Golf Club September 2nd. We'll be there. Matt White will be there. Jake Wimberly will be there. That's 9 hours of sports talk radio. They've got prizes for first, second, third. I'm sorry, cash. First, second, third, and fourth place. It's a two-man scramble. That's when college football kicks off that night. That's why Kyle has been doing this for almost a decade. It's really fun, great food and beverage, and prizes, door prizes all over the course. So it's going to be a large time and a big college football party at Live Oaks Golf Club. Call today to get in the two-man scramble, 601-982-1231. Kyle, I got 20 seconds. Anything else?
Not much, Bo. Just looking forward to a good football season. Hopefully, everybody can make the rules, whatever they're going to be.
Right.
Quarantine and vaccinating, testing.
And we can have fun.
And just make the rules and go with it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Let's don't be guessing every week.
Kyle Morris with Live Oaks Golf Club and the Reed House right here on the Modelo Guest Line and the Out of Bounds Show. Back tomorrow.